this is just something to keep in mind. It's not proof by any means that, ironclad evidence that what happened today to the Nord Stream pipelines was it was the British behind it or the Americans. But still, keep this in mind. I want to show you here. This is from Sea Power magazine. They're talking about this in June, about how BaltOps, so that's Baltic operations in the Baltic Sea where the Nord Stream pipelines are, how the Americans over there are testing drones in the water. Okay, they call them, it's just like when you talk about drones in the air, they're called UAVs. A UAV means unmanned aerial vehicle. Well, guess what? They also have a term for drones underwater. Yes, that's the thing. It's UUV, so unmanned underwater vehicle. And they talk about how the U.S. Navy 6th Fleet partnered with U.S. Navy research and warfare centers to bring the latest advancements in unmanned underwater vehicle mine hunting technology to the Baltic Sea. Now, of course, they talk about mine hunting in this case, right? But that's not the only use case for underwater drones. I want to point your attention to another article, or this is actually straight up from the Royal Navy's website, right? So this is dated August 26th, just from last month. The Royal Navy training Ukrainian divers to hunt for mines with underwater drones. Now, once again, this could very well be exactly what it says on the tin, right? Maybe it's nothing nefarious. Maybe they're telling the truth. They were literally just training people to find mines and nothing else. But I think it's worth keeping in mind, the British and American intelligence, and of course the armed forces, which they work in collaboration with, they are not exactly, they don't have a reputation for being honest, right? So you'll see announcements like this and you'll wonder, well, what's that about? What are they actually doing with those drones? Is it really mine hunting, or is this just a cover story? I don't know. But I thought that this was interesting and worth telling you about. Now, while Nord Stream 2 and Nord Stream 1 are leaking, a new pipeline opened to Europe. So this is the Norway-Poland gas pipeline, okay? And it's called Baltic Pipe. This is where the pipeline runs, okay? So Poland, I did a specific video on Poland because Poland used to get half of its gas from Russia. And so it was a very interesting situation to see how they're going to transition away from that, because that's a very heavy reliance. And as we talked about, this was one of the pipelines they were going to open. They were going to reverse the Yamal pipeline, which I found very funny. And then basically, instead of buying the gas directly from the Russians, they would just wait for it to go to Germany and then buy it in reverse. And then, of course, they have LNG, liquefied natural gas terminals. Germany doesn't have a single one, by the way, right? They take years to build. But I found this interesting, and maybe it's purely coincidence. You tell me what you think. That on the day Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 have been clearly sabotaged, you have a new pipeline opening that is built to reduce dependency on Russian gas. Very interesting, in my opinion.